Let me ask you something gently. When you wake up in the morning, do you already feel tired? Not sleepy, not sick, just tired, inside. You open your eyes. The day has not started yet, but your energy already feels low. You did not run. You did not work. You did not even stand up. Still, something feels heavy. If this sounds familiar, stay with me. This story is for you. Because today is not about being lazy, and it is not about being weak. It is about a quiet kind of tiredness that many people feel, but rarely talk about. Take a breath. Let's begin. They felt tired every morning. Not just once. Not after a bad night. Every morning. The alarm rang. They turned it off. They stayed still for a few seconds longer than needed. Not because they loved sleep, but because getting up felt hard.
Their body could move, but their mind felt slow.
They thought, why do I already feel like this? Maybe you know this feeling. You wake up, and the day feels long before it begins. You think about work. You think about responsibilities. You think about small tasks waiting for you. Nothing terrible. Nothing dramatic. Just a lot. Think about this for a moment. Have you felt this kind of morning before? What made this tiredness confusing was that nothing was wrong. They slept enough. They ate fine. They were healthy. People around them said, "You're doing okay. You should be grateful." And they were grateful. But still, every morning felt heavy. This is important to understand. Not all tiredness comes from the body. Some tiredness comes from carrying too much inside. Quiet worries, unspoken pressure. You do not always notice it, but it stays with you, and it wakes up with you. They followed the same routine every day. Wake up, get ready, leave the house, smile when needed, focus when required. Do what had to be done. From the outside, everything looked normal. But inside, there was a quiet voice saying, "I'm tired, and I don't know why." This tiredness was not loud. It did not stop life. It just made everything feel heavier than it should. A simple email felt difficult. A normal conversation felt long. A small problem felt bigger than it was. Have you ever felt this way? You are not falling apart. You are just worn down. Here is something many people do not realize. You can feel tired even when nothing is going wrong, because pressure does not always shout. Sometimes it whispers. Pressure to keep going. Pressure to stay strong. Pressure to not complain. You tell yourself, others have it worse, so you stay quiet. You push through the day. You tell yourself you are fine, but your energy keeps dropping. Think about this carefully. What are you carrying that you never put down? One morning, something changed. Not in a big way. Not suddenly. They sat on the edge of the bed and did not rush. They asked themselves a simple question. What is making me tired? Not, what is wrong with me, but what am I holding inside? This was new. They did not judge the answer. They did not rush to fix anything. They just listened. And slowly, something became clear. They realized something important. Their days were not too hard. Their thoughts were too full. They were thinking about yesterday. They were worrying about tomorrow. They were replaying small moments again and again. Nothing dramatic, just constant thinking. And the mind, when it never rests, gets tired before the body does. This kind of tiredness is quiet. But it is real, and many people wake up with it every day. Maybe you wake up and think, I need to be better. I should be further in life. I can't slow down. These thoughts do not sound heavy, but they add weight. And when you carry them every day, they drain your energy. You are not tired because you are weak. You are tired because you care, because you try, because you hold yourself together. Let that sink in. They decided to try something small, not a big change, not a new routine, just one thing. Before standing up, before checking the phone, before thinking about the day, they took one slow breath and said quietly, "Today, I don't have to carry everything at once." Just that. No promises, no pressure, and something felt lighter. Not perfect, but lighter. This story is not about becoming energetic overnight. It is not about motivation. It is about noticing. Noticing how much you ask of yourself. Noticing how little rest your mind gets. Sometimes, tiredness is a message. Not saying, stop forever, but saying, slow down here. You do not need to change your whole life. You just need to listen. Before we continue, I want you to think about one thing. When was the last time you allowed yourself to start the day gently? Not rushed, not judged. Just present. You don't need to answer now. Just notice. We'll continue this story and explore what changed next, and how this tiredness slowly began to ease. The tiredness did not disappear the next day. That is important. Life did not suddenly feel easy. The mornings were still quiet. The responsibilities were still there. But something was different. They were no longer fighting the tiredness. They were noticing it. Instead of saying, "Why am I like this?" they said, "Okay, I feel tired today." No anger, no blame, just awareness. And awareness can change more than force ever does. They began to pay attention. On some mornings, the tiredness came from worry. On other days, it came from overthinking. Sometimes, it came from trying to be strong for too long. This helped them understand something simple. Tiredness is not always the enemy. Sometimes it is a signal that says, you have been giving a lot. You have not been resting inside. Think about this. How often do you rest your body but keep your mind busy? Another quiet truth became clear. They were waking up tired because they expected too much from themselves. Every morning felt like a test. Be productive. Stay positive. Don't fall behind. Even before breakfast, their mind was already working. They realized something important. You don't wake up tired only because of what you do. You wake up tired because of what you expect. When expectations are heavy, mornings feel heavy too. So they tried something new. They changed the way they spoke to themselves. Instead of saying, "You must do everything today," they said, "Let's start with one thing." Instead of saying, "Why are you still tired?" they said, "It's okay to move slowly." This did not make them lazy. It made them calmer, and calm has energy of its own. Here is a lesson many people miss. Being strong does not always mean pushing. Sometimes, being strong means allowing yourself to be human, to feel tired, to feel unsure, to feel quiet. When you stop fighting yourself, you save energy, and slowly that energy returns. Not all at once, but little by little, their mornings became simpler. No big plans, no long routines. Just 3 small steps. Wake up. Breathe slowly. Choose one calm intention, not a goal, an intention. Today I will move with care. Today I will not rush my thoughts. Today I will do enough. Enough is powerful. Enough is peaceful. Some mornings were still hard. And that was okay. They learned that you don't need to feel ready to begin the day. You just need to begin gently. You don't need full energy. You don't need full motivation. You need presence. One step, one task, one moment at a time. This story is not only about tiredness, it is about how quietly we live with pressure, how often we ignore our inner voice because life keeps moving. But when you listen, really listen, things start to shift. Not because life changes, but because you change how you carry it. If you feel tired every morning, this does not mean something is wrong with you. It may mean you have been strong for a long time. You have been thinking, caring, trying, and that takes energy. You don't need to fix everything today. You just need to stop being hard on yourself. Tomorrow morning when you wake up, pause for one moment. Before the phone. Before the thoughts. Before the pressure. Take a breath and remind yourself, I don't need to rush my life. Carry this feeling with you today. And if this story helped you slow down, you can listen again. Sometimes, calm understanding is exactly what tired mornings need.